The audio animatronics at the Disney parks are often stated to be the most high quality and high-tech ones in the world, from pirates to princesses and dragons to demons. Walt Disney Parks and Resorts have some of the most impressive audio animatronics you'll see anywhere on the planet. But we're not here to talk about those today. Instead, we're gonna go the opposite direction and talk about some of the weirdest, ugliest, and most unimpressive, uninspired audio animatronics at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland, because the good animatronics get a lot of praise. The Na'vi Shaman on Na'vi River Journey, the Auctioneer on Pirates of the Caribbean, the Hatbox Ghost in the Haunted Mansion, and Kylo Ren in Rise of the Resistance. Who cares? Who cares about them? They're all great. You know what's more interesting than great? Stupid. And today we're going to talk about my top 10 favorite worst animatronics. You won't find these guys up there with the greats like Figment or the Buffalo on Living with the Land. These are the animatronics that make you say, what? Is it working? When you ride past. The most thought-provoking of questions. And the first animatronic I think we need to talk about is this guy. No, not that guy. This guy. No, not that guy either. This guy. That's right, the D23 Hatbox Ghost. Just look at him. Now this is the only animatronic on our list that is sort of a tech demo. This was never meant to be in the parks. This was just sort of a proof of concept getting ready for the Hatbox Ghost that we did eventually receive in 2015 at Disneyland. But there's just something about him to me. Maybe it's how lanky he is. If you look at the other Hatbox Ghost animatronics that we did end up getting, they're sort of shorter guys, you know, they're hunched over. This guy's very tall. Maybe it's his face sculpt. Maybe it's the weird cane that he's holding that doesn't really do anything. It's more of a baton. Maybe he needs to beat up some other ghosts if they try to take his hat box, but I don't understand why he needs it in the first place. I am glad we ended up getting a bit more of a faithful recreation of the original Hatbox Ghost animatronic, even though these two are different, rather than Mr. D23 over here. Get it? Now this animatronic is the subject of speculation and urban legends, all of them apparently false. And I'm gonna ramble about this one for a long time because it's in my second favorite attraction at Epcot, Spaceship Earth. Second only, of course, to the goat. This specific goat. Spaceship Earth is a wonderful retelling of the history of the human race and how we evolved to communicate with each other. And it leads us through different periods in human history, like these cave-dwelling tribes, or even the moon landing. But what I want to focus on is the Civil War scene, or the post-Civil War scene, with the small newsie standing, selling newspapers, all the while not facing us. Long has the tale of the faceless boy permeated popular culture at Epcot, specifically within Spaceship Earth. Legend has it that that newspaper boy does not have a face, and that if you saw his lack of a face, it would drive you mad. But unfortunately, I am here to quash that rumor. He does indeed have a face. And now I forgot I'm afraid of the dark. Why do I do this to myself? You see, my problem with the boy is not that he doesn't have a face. He absolutely does. My problem with him is, why is he just facing the wall? Why can't he face us? Like, I get the intention of the scene. He's supposed to be facing the streets that are painted onto the wall, but it just looks like he's talking to a wall. Maybe just flip him around, take away his face, and just give some people something to think about. Why is that child faceless? Why is he selling newspapers? How is he speaking without a mouth? These are the questions Spaceship Earth should be raising to its audiences. Not how did we learn to grow and communicate. It's why is this creature in the Civil War era? What is his goal? What are his plans? Why does he do this? That's what Spaceship Earth is all about. Now this is sort of retreading old ground from number 9 on this one, but it still counts, I think. Nine Nub on Rise of the Resistance. What are you doing? Do you have a face? Listen, I know you're just piloting the ship, the Resistance transport that we have to take off of Batuu. I know that you have a face. I've seen you turn your head. We see your face earlier when we're talking to Moon Knight. Beck's chair can swivel around. Beck can face us and the front of the ship at the same time. Why not Nine Nub before we take off? Obviously, after we take off, he needs to keep his eyes on the road. Or the space. Do I actually have a problem with the Nine Nub animatronic? No, not really. I just kind of think it's funny how he's a spiritual successor to the Spaceship Earth newspaper boy. An animatronic whose entire purpose is for us not to see his face. And you know what? He's on the list of worst animatronics, and he may be bad, but boy do I respect him. Okay, Nine Nub was a bit of a joke one, but this one is 100% serious. I cannot stand the aerial animatronic on the respective Little Mermaid rides at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. What is wrong with her face? Like, I mean, looking at it, everything should be correct. I mean, all of the facial proportions, it seems like it would work on paper, but something weird happened. Something got lost in translation here. I think the only aerial animatronic that doesn't look terrifying is her in the Kiss the Girl scene, but all of the other ones, she is nightmare fuel. Does she look worse than a projection face animatronic? We'll talk about that later. But I mean, look at all of these other animatronics that they have at the overseas parks. Elsa, Belle. In their films, they're both animated in their respective sort of Glen Keane art styles, although Elsa is 3D. So we have Belle, Ariel. I don't know, I think Imagineering could stand to do one quick pass through of this attraction. The Ursula animatronic is fantastic. It's amazing. Eric is fine. Triton is pretty good. All of the humanoid ones, except for the main princess herself, are good. And that's not even to mention if she broke down. When she breaks down, she is even more horrifying. Have you ever, like, unironically enjoyed an attraction, but also loved just talking crap about it at every chance you get? I would never talk crap on Journey into Imagination or Living with the Land. I genuinely love those rides, but there's a ride at Animal Kingdom that I think is goofy, silly, if a bit old and broken down, that I kind of love a little bit, but I also love talking trash about, and that's Dinosaur, okay? Don't get me wrong, I love Dinosaur in a weird way. And the animatronics in Dinosaur are actually, for the most part, extremely impressive. Keyword here, of course, being for the most part. All of them are very convincing, except for one at the climactic scene of the attraction, the equivalent of the boulder scene from the Indiana Jones Adventure for all of those Disneyland dwellers watching this video. For most of the ride, you are being followed by and harassed by a Carnotaurus, and at the final climactic scene, he stands in front of your time rover, sort of blocking your way. And it would be really cool if there was a giant Carnotaurus animatronic sort of standing in front of you that you had to like go around or go under, but no. It's just a Carnotaurus head that is sort of mounted or stapled to the wall, similar to the Country Bear Jamboree. Now, is Dinosaur a good ride? It's kind of like the aerial animatronic. On paper, everything is there. It should be good. It should be a major crowd draw. In reality, though, I think it falls a bit short. I don't know why. I just think the severed Carnotaurus head at the very end of the ride really just puts a perfect bow on what is otherwise a very underwhelming attraction. Highly recommend riding Dinosaur just for the Carnotaurus head alone. Not to mention the pre-show now. What's up with that? Why hasn't that changed in 300 years? The Indiana Jones Adventure does a lot of things right, okay? You have one of the best queues in any of the Disney parks in anywhere in the world. Highly detailed show scenes, a wonderful soundtrack, although most of the effects are broken, it still makes for a good time. And one of the effects that is broken, not the ice machine, but it's not an animatronic. We're talking about animatronics. It's the snake in the snake scenes, okay? That guy hasn't been moving for a while. Is he okay? He's also an animatronic in the loosest sense of the word, more of a figure, but I think he's earned animatronic status at this point, sure. Indiana Jones, like its twin sister over at Animal Kingdom, has the unique position of being simultaneously an amazing, wonderfully themed, hyper-immersive dark ride, while also being broken and worn down over the years, very much so. And I think the unmoving snake is sort of like a microcosm of the state of the Indiana Jones Adventure right now. Is he a bad figure? No, he needs work. A lot of work, just like the rest of the ride around him. It's not his fault. I don't know whose fault it is, but it's not his. Did you know that Walt Disney World's version of Splash Mountain has the record for being the best functioning Splash Mountain in the country? Yeah, that's true and unfortunate. No. Today we're talking about Disneyland Splash Mountain and how it feels like over the past couple of years, Disney has just sort of left it sitting, just sort of mildewy and gross and old, waiting for that Princess and the Frog re-theme, is that fair? Maybe. Now there's a laundry list of problems we could go through about Splash Mountain at this point, but I feel like I should just save all of you some time real quick and just say dog in a boat. Dog in a Boat. Now, of course, the Dog in a Boat is a recycled animatronic from America Sings, a former show that occupied the carousel slash intervention slash Star Wars slash people mover killer building. And of course, as popular legend goes, when Splash Mountain opened, they moved most of the America Sings animatronics over there, and the Dog in a Boat spun around in circles in the laughing place scene for many, many years for millions of guests to see. That is, of course, until one day when he decided to stop spinning, and instead of fixing him, Disney just turned off the light that shone over him and just left him there to sit still for a very long while until Splash Mountain receives its eventual retheme opening in 2024. Will we see Dog in a Boat return? Maybe. Probably not. I'm gonna say no. I don't really foresee him coming back when there's a... Oh no, he's dead. Now, I'm not saying I'm the world's biggest Pirates fan, but let's just say that if old Genie Feet were still alive, he'd be a bit exhausted of me constantly sending him fan mail. Okay? Now, even though Pirates of the Caribbean opened more than 55 years ago at this point, we still don't have a Jean Lafitte animatronic. We're still waiting on that. I'm still waiting on the Imagineers to get back to me. They won't return my calls. But Pirates of the Caribbean at both Disneyland and Disney World is home to a ton of amazing animatronics. Like I mentioned earlier, the Auctioneer, Red, Captain Jack Sparrow, they're all there. They're all wonderful. But there's one iconic Pirates animatronic that not a lot of people talk about until they're right in front of him. Or should I say, right below him. That's right, it's the stinky, gross, dirty foot animatronic pirate hanging off of the bridge there at the end. This guy is just an absolute menace to society, and that's my favorite part about him, okay? All he does is add pure chaos to the attraction. He doesn't serve a purpose other than just looking up as you go underneath him saying, wait, why did the Imagineers put that there? And that's why he's amazing. Like I said though, Disney, go ahead and give me a call back on that Lafitte animatronic because I know someone who would be a really good reference for the face mold on that animatronic. Yeah, so call me. What do you say we get political? Yeah, now I'm really well educated on politics. That's why I voted for the Hatbox Ghost in the past 2 elections. He's gotta have a shot if I keep voting for him, right? That's how it works. Hall of Presidents. Yeah, we're going there. Let's talk about it. Never before have I seen a group of grown adults cheer or applaud more for an animatronic or a group of animatronics than on the Hall of Presidents. Other than, of course, yours truly when he sees the mummy on the Haunted Mansion. He's applause-worthy and no one could tell me otherwise. I really think all 46 of them need a bit of a timeout. You know, no, 45 of them. Lincoln's cool. Lincoln can stay. At this point, just give us an animatronic show of the Statue of Liberty reciting all 50 states and their capitals. That would be less stressful than walking into the Hall of Presidents in the year 2022. That's where I'm gonna leave that on to number 1. Okay, this next one I actually have a problem with. I actually have some beef with this last number 1 animatronic, hence the reason why it's at number 1. It's all about the projection-faced animatronics, okay? You can find them over at the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at the Magic Kingdom or Frozen Ever After at Epcot. I hate them so much. Specifically, if I had to choose one of my least favorite, probably the Elsa animatronic. You can see in this clip, she's broken down, so she's standing very, very still. But something about these projection faces just rubs me the wrong way. Maybe it's the fact that their bodies are normal and that their hair is normal, but their faces, well, new microphone. I think my least favorite part about these animatronics is how they just sort of bring me out of the situation. You know, I look at the sculpt of their bodies and their costumes. It's all really, really well done. The dwarfs, they look and move amazingly on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, but then you look at their faces and then I cry. I think at some point Disney would do itself a really good service if it just went ahead and retrofitted these animatronics to the ones like you would find in Tokyo Disneyland and the Beauty and the Beast / Frozen ride, or the other Seven Dwarfs rides that they have, like Snow White's Enchanted Wish at Disneyland. Those are more figurines than animatronics, but you get what I'm saying. They look a lot better, which is weird because I'm assuming the Mine Train animatronics are a lot more expensive. Who knows? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Frozen Ever After is Disney's biggest moneymaker on property for Genie Plus. I mean, people love that ride. Maybe it's because of the property. I know for sure it's not because of the projection-faced animatronics, though. I'll tell you that right now. So there you have it, everybody. My top 10 least favorite animatronics. Okay, some of them are in a bit of a joking manner, I'll admit. Okay, I don't hate all of the animatronics on this list. In fact, I am quite fond of most of them. Some of them I genuinely hate, though. So please, let me know, real or jokingly, what are some of your your least favorite, some of the goofiest animatronics that you can think of? Not counting Goofy, of course. Is there a Goofy animatronic? Let me know in the comments below, because I absolutely love weird, funky, or unusual audio animatronics. It doesn't even have to be Disney. Did I mention that? And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few sacrifices I need to make to a very small, faceless child animatronic on Spaceship Earth, because I don't have enough of those in my life. I already gotta talk about Creepy Mickey, and now there's a faceless boy following me around. So I will see you all in the next video, hopefully. Time for the end card. Hello, this is the end card. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I genuinely hope you did. Today is the 30th of October as I record this, so you will see the Patreon patron supporters scrolling through on your left-hand side, although this will be up on the 1st of October, spooky month. It's happening, it's here. But these are my lovely September patrons. If you want to join their ranks, please be sure to head over to the link in the description down below, and even just $1 a month will get you access to most of the perks. Like this video, I believe, came out a day early for them, so if you want to join them, go ahead. I'm not forcing you to, I'm just asking. I mean, do you want to? It's up to you, man. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave it a like, and if you want more videos like this where I just talk about weird things that rub me the wrong way or that I'm interested in, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. Let's spread it around, spread some goodness, share this video if you want to. All of this, of course, while following me on my social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I am at Offhand Disney on all of those places. Just go ahead and type that in. You get exclusive content over at TikTok that I do not post on YouTube, so if you want more Offhand Disney, you'll find it over there. But that about wraps up the end card. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video. I'm actually really excited for that Journey into Imagination movie. A little bit of a side note there, but yeah. Be sure to watch Foolish Mortals. We talk about that, and goodbye.